Steven here. So, this is going to be a little discussion of the music of the recently released Pokemon Masters app. Actually, kind of glad this came along. I still haven't gotten the. We'll be talking later about some channel updates, but unfortunately, I still haven't gotten the. What is it? Oh, it's the. Um, let's see. Oh, the Detective Pikachu vinyl 2 LP set. For some reason, that still has not come in. I wish I knew why. I'm sure it's just kind of a matter of time um, before that happens. Hopefully, sometime this week. Won't be any time before Tuesday because here in the States tomorrow is Labor Day. So, but the app came out, I guess, officially Friday, but really on Thursday. There was some early stuff for it. And I started playing it pretty much yesterday. And I have some thoughts. So I dug up a few things about the music to this game. It's the latest mobile game, of course. Let's see. Let's do a quick screen share. As usual, I have a brief. Da, 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 da. Okay, application window, PowerPoint, PowerPoint slideshow. All right. So you may be wondering, well, gee, who's involved with the actual music here? As far as kind of the music overall, well, let's just sorry, let's just go through to this group called Attic Inc. was apparently hired to do the music for this. I think they may have done some other Pokemon stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, they're this Japanese group, other than that guy on the far right, who I think, as you can kind of tell, doesn't look particularly Japanese. But they are based in Japan. You can see their Japanese phone number on there. Um, and this is, like I said, I don't know if these specific people were there or if they're just the management group. I'm sure Anne could tell me a little more about this thing. It's kind of an interesting website that's, I guess, partially in Japanese, partially in English. But if you want to know the specific people involved, you can actually dig through the app. There's a nice credits list in there. Let's see here. So hopefully this comes out okay. You might need to bump up the resolution or do this on a TV to get at least like 720p here. But they've got a full listing, and they apparently use a lot of live instruments or at least live people to record these parts. Let's see. As far as the person's name, you would recognize there, right there at the top. It says, first person is actually Haruki Yamada from Attic Inc. So that's the person on their side, I would assume, who sort of was in charge of this product. Let's see. And then the other name you see there, Shota Kageyama. Yeah, so someone who's definitely been involved with Pokemon for a while. I forget exactly when it was started, if it was third or fourth generation. I don't think he worked on Gold and Silver. I think it was a little bit later. But he's been working there a long time, and I guess he was sort of the Pokemon or Game Freak person who was sort of supervising the music for this game. And then if you sort of look down there, the sound producer is Kenji Nakojo. I hope I'm saying that about right. And then they have a lot of different musicians listed. They have guitar, violin, accordion, which is kind of interesting. I was just taking a look. They've got a small set of strings. I don't know if you could call it a full-blown orchestra. It's much bigger than a quartet. Chamber orchestra? I don't know. My mom could probably give me the correct term here if there is one. But you can see they've got, let's see, first violin, second violin, let's see, viola, cello, and I think bass is that last one. They've also got the number of people, so on flute, trumpet, all that stuff. Let's see, recording studio, Sound City, End Hit Studio, Pentangle Studio, and then you can see their sound effects, Kenji Nakojo again. So those are the folks who are involved on this. Like I said, if you want to take a quick look at this, you can just dig through the app in the options menu or something in there. There's a credits list, lists all the voice actors as well for both English and Japanese. A lot of actual sound production work went into this for a mobile game. Really kind of impressive stuff. And I think I have some ideas outside of this app as to why they would go through all that trouble. But some pretty nice amount of folks there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about a few of the specific songs. All right. So yeah, when you boot up the app the first time, you have to do the usual stuff. You have to enter your name. They even tell you to connect to a Nintendo account. And the song that plays, I think it's a decently composed song, but I think it has some kind of issues in terms of length. It's this the main title theme. It incorporates a little bit of the main Pokemon game theme, but it plays during this introduction sequence, and it's not super long, and it doesn't really loop elegantly. So I thought that was a little bit odd. It seems to serve its purpose well as a title screen theme, but for the intro, I think they probably could have gone with one more song in there while you're talking to Blue and kind of working your way through all of that. So not a bad song there. Now, you'll notice a sort of recurring theme. A lot of the music in this game, as far as I can tell, style-wise, I'd say it's probably closest to, in terms of existing Pokemon game music, some of the stuff from X and Y. Like I could totally believe that if Kalos is northern France, that this is the region directly below it that has southern France and then up against the Mediterranean and stuff like that. I could totally believe the region for this game takes place there because there's a lot of kind of similar sounds in there. But anyway, after you actually start the game, you come to this lobby, which initially does not have this many things in it. This is just the picture I wound up getting. But the theme there is really kind of stuck in my head. I really like it. It's you can tell it's sort of derived, as a lot of stuff is here is derived from other stuff in the Pokemon franchise. It's derived from the Pokemon Center theme, but it's not just a variation. Like if you're like me and you went through like Suzuki string lessons growing up, you would know about Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and then all the variations they had where you change the rhythm of the notes and things of that nature. This one, I would equate it more to Blue Skies, White Clouds from Paper Mario Sticker Star, which integrates some of the main Mario theme in there, but also does a fair number of original things. And I think this one actually goes a bit beyond that as well. But yeah, the music here, it's the one that gets stuck in my head, I think, the most. Maybe just because I've spent a fair bit of time here. You can go around and talk to various people that appear there, both the sort of the link pair or sync pair people, as well as also, excuse me, sorry about that, your own folks there. Let's see. And so the next thing I wanted to talk about as far as music goes is this menu theme for the explore part of the menu. This just kind of struck me stylistically. It really actually kind of reminds me a lot of the let's see. Oh, it's the some of the music from the Pokemon Ranger games, which I don't know if Shota was brought in for those or what, but it sounds a lot like some of the walking around the overworld themes there and sort of the somewhat march-like quality to it that it has there. Definitely like this one. Let's see. And then, let's see. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah. Let's see. The Poryphone. I just wanted to toss this one in here. I've already done a Lady Gaga parody, but I am tempted to redo Telephone if someone hasn't already beaten me to that in the 2 or 3 days since this game has come out. I guess it's another. I don't know if there's supposed to be a Porygon actually in there, like with the Rotom Dex, but I did want to kind of call that out. You get that early on in the game. Let's see. And then, aside from the battle themes, which I think are for the most part very much inspired by the game themes, they use bits and pieces of those. I think I don't know how close they actually are. You get this during in between battles. You have these story segments, and they have some stuff that really, I think, stylistically, it might actually be pulled straight out of there. But it definitely sounds like stuff in the X and Y games, by which I mean the main series X and Y games. Definitely has that stuff in there. Let's see here. And then next up, okay, that's the end of that little slideshow. But I did want to talk a little bit more about the music. All right, you should be seeing me. And if you have any comments or any questions, go ahead, put that in the chat. Or, let's see, there we go. Put that as a comment on this video. Definitely appreciate that. This may be the longest one, but we still have more to talk about. So when you get to an actual battle, sort of the regular battles, I'm not sure if that's an original theme. Um, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But definitely when you get to the actual like sync pair people, so like their gym leaders or Elite Four or whatever at the end, the song that plays is definitely derived from whatever that generation's like gym leader or Elite Four theme is. Um, Need a bit of water. And kind of as such, what it does is it sort of brings back memories from there. But they also do, like I said, with some of the other ones, they do add, I think, a fair bit in there. But it definitely sounds like it's from there. And I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, as far as the music goes, those are kind of my first impressions. At some point, sometime in the future, I'm sure Anne and I, in a couple of years or whatever, when we finally get to this game in our list of side games or whatever, we're going to do a more in-depth discussion. But I really wanted to sort of put those initial thoughts out there and get that from you. Okay, well, so what else is there? So I already mentioned, as far as some channel updates, that the Detective Pikachu vinyl still hasn't made it here yet for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It did ship like a little over a week ago, and it can take a while since it is coming from like Germany. But hopefully it'll be here by the end of this week, and I'll have that to you next weekend. I also am hoping to get another Why It Works. And as far as you may recall, last weekend, Anne and I recorded a discussion of the what is it? Oh, it's the music from Pokemon Pinball. We found out afterwards that the her side of the audio was significantly quieter than mine. That'll be fixed in the version that goes out on the podcast feed in the future. Um, but check that out if you haven't had a chance yet. Other than that, not too much else to talk about. But thank you very much for tuning in. All right, folks. Thanks.